Well timed.
Bill was just saying he's not gonna be able to attend the meeting. So we'll sign him for a bunch of things.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Everybody would silence your phones and join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We have got a lot to cover tonight. So I'm cracking open my caffeine.
Game number one.
Yep.
Sure, you don't want to do the photo first, because we might be a little haggard, but.
No, because we need to clear some of this
Okay.
off. Okay, we go. But I was thinking that. All right, nice try. All right, approve the minutes from 12/29/2025. This was the special session. And we are with the loss of Maureen, who was our official minute taker. We are transitioning, so we are working on that. So we have only the December, we still need January's, we'll have those for the next meeting.
So I make a motion that we accept the minutes from December 29th, 2025.
Discussion?
I might recommend a couple of changes. At some point, Ed Porter's referred to as a former trustee. At the time, he was a current trustee. And then Trustee Maxon and I should probably be referred to as trustee-elect.
Okay.
And correct on the top.
It's correct on the top, but when I was reading it earlier, like at the bottom, page 1, it says former trustee Porter.
Okay.
Julie noted, and I added an extra consonant to your name as well.
I appreciate that. My name is not long enough.
Easier to say.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the amended minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard, motion carried. Okay, next is the expenditures. Can I get a motion to authorize the payment of the bills?
We'll make a motion that we authorize the payment of the bills from the A fund vouchers number 1,182 through 1,247 in the amount of $53,341.19. From the F and G fund vouchers number 365 through 382 in the amount of $12,066.10. And from the TNA fund vouchers number 35 and 36 in the amount of $19,872.46.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, discussion. I just want to say that in the TNA fund voucher, the majority of that 19,000 was from health insurance. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard, motion carried. All right, report on the offices. Codes. You'll notice that in a couple pages in, there is a sheet specifically for complaints. So that should help if anybody has, if you receive any complaints. Where it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. You can refer to that, and I'll separate it out. Okay, complaint by date. I want to emphasize, we've had a couple issues with some contractors in the village, not applying for permits. You have to apply for a permit within the village to do construction. So if you are in doubt, call the village, email our code enforcement officer. It is much easier for you to do that as opposed to getting a stop work order, which is just embarrassing for everybody. Okay. Any questions on the code report? Entertain a motion to accept the code report.
I move that we accept the code report.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? None heard, motion carried. Dog report. Well,
Who's playing?
that's pretty,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So, motion to approve the dog report.
Make a motion that we approve the dog report.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard. I'm sorry if I cut anybody off if they wanted to discuss anything. Bill's not able to be at the meeting tonight, so if you have any questions, you can email him later. We have the DPW report.
Been a busy month.
Yep. All right. Entertain a motion to accept the DPW report.
I'll move that we accept the DPW report.
Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard. All right, fire department. Yeah, okay, we got Doug and HFD officers. All right. So we will also be talking about the main pumper lease further down. So we'll just stick with the fire department report for right now. Any questions for the fire department? Jay or Doug, do you have anything for the board?
Mayor, I would just say I was excited to see a great Homer Rec activity that we were able to collaborate with hosting this past weekend. It was a great venue upstairs in the firehouse for the father-daughter dance, and certainly well done.
Excellent, thank you. All right, entertain a motion to approve the fire department report.
I will make a motion to accept the fire department report.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard, motion carried. All right, police report. Chief, anything you want to highlight?
No, sir.
I just want to state that January was a very rough month for our services. With the passing of Chief Irish on the fire department and with the passing of Officer Tom Huddleston. I want to say that it is sad that with their passing, but that the departments, both the fire department and the police department, sent them off in grand style, and kudos to both of them. All right, I will entertain a motion to accept the police department report.
So move.
I have a second.
Second. Either one of us.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None heard. All right, recreation. Okay, we don't have Andrew up to it, but. Okay. I did want to highlight some things. So Doug already talked about the third annual father-daughter dance. I've heard nothing but amazing things about that. So kudos to everybody involved that made that happen. For those that are worried about winter, we have the Kathy Stage softball registration begins February 17th. So spring is around the corner.
Someday.
Someday. He's got the Village Green reserved for the Easter egg hunt on April 4th. He's reserved the Village Green, so we'll be doing the music and movies again this summer. Bailey Place has agreed to the third annual summer basketball sponsoring that. That's excellent. And we declared the 300 surplus soccer ball surplus. They went to CCYSA. So that stays local and helps all of our local youth. All right. Anything else for recreation? Okay, do we still need volunteers for the recreation?
We are still looking for volunteers for the recreation community, including, there's a teenager who's interested in getting involved. We have a youth member, and our previous youth member graduated and has gone to college. So we're looking for a new teenager as well.
I called Jason, Reynolds, who's very involved with boys and girls sports, and he was gonna get back to me with, recommend a couple names. I told him a boy or, doesn't matter, it was fun.
Okay,
He
excellent.
was gonna look into that for me.
All right,
All right. Motion to accept the recreation report.
motion that we accept the recreation.
Can I have a second? Tim, thank you. You've been awfully quiet over there.
Yeah.
All
Just
right,
getting into the groove.
discussion, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? None heard. All right, water and sewer. Well, you guys are reviewing that. Just a friendly reminder with the frigid temperatures. Trickle your water, keep the water flowing, and that will help. If you are away from your house, if you have a trusted neighbor or somebody that can check. Because about the last thing you want to do is come back from wherever you're going and find a flooded basement or an ice rink, so. All right. Motion to accept the water and sewer report.
I'll make a motion that we accept the water and sewer report.
Can I have a second?
I will second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard. All right. Now we're gonna go to the privilege of the floor. And I want to introduce real quickly Morgan, if you would just stand up and introduce yourself to the board here.
Thank you, Mayor Clune. Morgan Spalding, I work at Cortland County. I'm the grant administrator. I've been there about a year and 9 months, I think. Basically, my role is I help develop applications, administer grant applications, not only for the county, but I go to municipalities, I go to a lot of town board meetings, see what projects they may need, how I can be a resource, whether that's just reading over an application, just having another set of eyes, giving me project list, I can keep my eyes open for possible funding opportunities, and just getting more involved in our towns and villages. So, and I see Pat all the time, so happy to help however I can, and yeah, so.
Morgan, this is Dan Egner. He's our village clerk and he's our grant guy. So you two, we definitely, the three of us have to have a sit down.
Yeah.
Grants have to be at least 75-25. We are done with 50-50
Tell me about it.
or okay, or better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're
Morgan.
Yeah, thank you.
95.5.
95, hey, 100 is better.
Yeah.
I'll take 95.5.
And we'll go ahead and just probably came out tonight.
You can tell that.
I can
I
just
know you
tell
will.
you that,
I'll expect the phone
Oh,
call.
hold on.
that's okay, I've used Morgan and Patricia Armstrong for Little County Planning on applying for some grants in the past year. They've been fabulous, as far as, helping Cortlandville with getting grants. And Morgan couldn't have been more, easy to work with, and very, very, knowledgeable. So I would highly recommend that if we're gonna apply for grants, and I understand what you're saying, don't get me wrong, that, certainly you wanna consider her. They've been very, very good over the county.
Right, I was gonna take you everywhere.
Yeah, you're hype, man. All this year round.
All right, well, speaking of grants, we're gonna go over to anybody else for privilege of the floor. Okay, we'll go to old business. We have a B&L, Martin and Gudis recap the sewer pumps and the Newton Waterworks water tank projects. And we have Jacqueline on the line here. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, everyone. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. I also have Pat online as well. He's an engineer that's been working with me on some of these projects. So we just wanted to hop on tonight and kind of give you an update as to what's going on with both the water project and the sewer project. So starting with the water project, this has been a project we've been working on for a few years now. Started out with a need to replace some aging tanks in the system. And we've actually been working with the Department of Health on this. That's one of the county's priority projects for the village, actually, to replace those existing steel tanks with a new concrete tank. So we've been working through the design on that. Design has been complete. TOH has reviewed that design and we are expecting their approval and sign off on the project on any day now. So we are ready to move that project forward into bidding. So to recap where we are on the budget for that project, the project estimate is about 3.5 million, all said and done, construction, engineering, everything included. And the village did just get a WIA grant award of 2.2, just a little over $2.2 million. So that is a 60% grant for the project, which is exciting news. So moving forward, we're looking to be authorized to advertise the project for bid, receive bids from contractors, and then that will give the board another opportunity to pause, review those bids that come in, and then make a selection, award that project. And then based on the contractor's schedule, that project would go into construction this summer, and it's only expected to take one construction season to do. So we're very excited. It's been a few years in the making, so we're very excited to actually start to see some shovels in the ground.
So are we, so Jacqueline, this project started, like you said, years and years ago, and we actually have, three new board members. And so this is good stuff for them, if you see the thing here, so looking to move forward on this. And just because we are not done looking at money opportunities. So we are
Yes.
still looking at that, so the 2.2 is good. We're not satisfied, we're still, now we had a meeting the other night talking about short-term and long-term rates. We can get into more details at a later date once we have that solidified a little bit better. So this is looking really good. Now for our residents, we have, water is good right now, all right? But as we are looking to expand and looking, we lost the 2 water tanks on the east side of 81. This will help us continue to maintain and grow. Okay, and as a Army guy, I always like redundancy. I don't like to have all my water in one tank. So do you need a motion on this, Jacqueline, to move forward?
With a resolution later on.
Okay,
Yep,
we'll have.
there'll be a resolution.
So at this time, does anybody have any questions at all for Jacqueline or Patrick?
What's the average lifespan of a concrete tank?
50 plus years. You guys have another concrete tank that was installed in about 2004, 2005 era, and it's in great shape. Keith gets inspections of the interior of the tank. They actually have a dive service come in and do inspections of the interior of the tank. It's in great shape.
One of the issues we were looking at was, one of the questions was, why don't we just reline the steel tanks? The cost to reline those steel tanks was quite expensive. And those steel tanks are old, and not to mention they're on the other side of 81. Now, I know we have some people that are saying, well, why don't we just directional bore if we have a problem, or reline? This project, we're already past that. Okay, this project is, we are, like Jacqueline said, we are ready to go this summer. And that's my thoughts on
Are they
that.
going?
Say
Yeah,
again?
and
Right next to the other one above the cemetery.
yeah, and to reiterate, the county health department definitely has issued this project as a priority project for them. Those steel tanks, they have been relined in the past, but ultimately it's just a very expensive Band-Aid that bought you guys a few more years. Got some great life out of those tanks. They've been around for a very long time, but definitely the county health department is looking for the village to move forward with a full replacement at this point.
Those tanks owe us nothing on the east side of 81.
Hello, high school seniors been in there.
And then also, I
Right.
know you mentioned it too, but One of the questions has been, why didn't we not just put the tank right next to the two existing steel tanks? We had talked with the village about that, and there's some concern about the existing water main that goes under 81. It's older, the condition of it is not exactly known, and it's very difficult to access being under 81 if something were to happen. So we weighed kind of the options of maybe putting a tank back over on that side and re-drilling the pipe, but that adds a lot of expense and permitting to the project. This way, everything's in one place, it's in one spot. Keith just has to go to one location, and it takes away that one line under 81.
I know that earthquakes are not as much of a concern in this part of the country, but they're not unheard of. So I guess when I hear concrete, I think about seismic activity, and as they're made research as to the impact of that.
Yeah, that's a great question. We've actually had some soil borings done at the project site. So we've made sure that structurally it's designed for the conditions of the site. And also there's local codes for seismic design. So we make sure that the tank meets all of those requirements.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jacqueline?
If I can, Mr. Mayor, I was just wondering, since we're going to be moving everything from over to the 81 side, what does that do for our fire hydrant rating for our flow? Because the atmospherical pressure, it's the for every 10 feet or 5 feet, 10 feet of elevation, it's 5 pounds of pressure at the hydrant. So we're going to be moving everything over to that side. So we're going to be farther away from that main. So the pressure at the hydrants down on Main Street in our historic district, is that going to affect that, or is the water main that feeds the fire hydrants not part of the one that's up on the hill?
No, actually, there's a separate line for it. I think you actually had mentioned this last year. So Pat actually went out and did some hydrant flow testing within the village. So the tank sites actually float at the exact same elevations and the same levels. So moving a tank to the other side of the village isn't going to impact the overall pressures. And Pat actually modeled this by having Keith turn off the two tanks on the one side of the village. And then we actually ran some hydrant flow testing to confirm that the pressures are not going to be changing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry.
Nope, that's a great question.
Consistent too.
No, it's a great question, and we had already done some flow testing, but it was worth a trip back out there just to double check and make sure that all the flows and pressures were going to remain the same within the village.
Jay, I wanted to make sure our ISO rating stayed as good as better, so we're tracking.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, any other questions for Jacqueline or Patrick? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thank
then
you very much.
briefly, I'll just give a quick update on the sewer project because that project
yes.
is also in design as well. That one is kind of staged a few months behind this water project. So that one is ready to go out for agency review here soon. Then usually it takes DEC at least 3 months to actually review the drawings and then provide some comments and approvals. So the two projects are going to be well staged so that they aren't going on at necessarily the exact same time. They're a little offset. So there isn't too much construction happening all at once. But for those who might not be aware of the sewer project, years ago, we did a sewer rehabilitation project throughout the village system. So that targeted the mains and the manholes throughout the village. And then after that project, it came in very low on the budget. I think we had about $700,000 left of contingency. So the village wanted to then use that money to go towards the pump stations, which also were in need of rehab. So we did an evaluation of all of the village pump stations throughout the sewer system, and we've actually been progressing that project as well. So this sewer project would address 8 of the 9 pump stations. The 9th pump station was just totally rehabilitated in 2015. So that one didn't need any additional work from us. But yeah, this sewer project is in design still, and that one will be staged a few months behind the water project.
Anything else for us, Jacqueline?
Nope, that's everything I had, unless you guys have any more questions.
Board?
Yeah.
Members from the press, since we're not gonna keep her on, so if you guys got questions for her now,
What's her last name? I can't see. From
Jones.
don't.
Oh,
Anybody else? All right. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
You too.
Right.
Thank you.
So this is very good stuff. All right. All right, next up, we have the auction international bids came in. And we actually did better than we thought we would.
I mean, after $305.
What's that?
Is it the bid over? About the difference between what we were hoping for and what we got?
No.
Okay.
Any questions on that? And Dan said we don't need to do a board approval on this.
We could accept the bids.
Okay.
Formally.
Motion to accept the bids.
Make a motion that we accept the bids.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard? Approved. Okay. Now this is I am so excited about this one. Man.
Yes.
Yeah. The DRI Small Project Fund. It's going to be handled by the IDA BDC. They finally got all their contracts signed with the state of New York. So this is it's a $450,000 grant. It's a 25-75 match. So we pay, the grant pays 75. The person has to pay 25 and match. It covers, hold on, let me get my notes here. So. All right, eligible activities are interior and exterior building renovations for commercial and mixed-use spaces, upper story residential improvements, permanent commercial machinery and equipment, soft costs such as architectural, engineering, environmental, and public art. So for like building renovation, it goes through a committee. And it can, they can award between 25,000 and 100,000 in program funds, not to exceed 75% of the total eligible cost. For minor exterior projects, we can award between $10,000 and $25,000 in program funds. Again, not to exceed 75% of the total project funds. And if it's a small business small business assistance, $10,000 to $50,000. So we will put that more out later, but we are gonna have an open house on this on 3 March at 6:00 PM. Location still to be determined. We may do it at the community building. We may try to hit up the Center for the Arts. Yeah. But putting this out to our public right now so we can get this. We've been anxious for DRI things, and certain projects are moving, others, it's been tough because there's a lot of red tape, and we've finally gotten through a bunch of red tape, so we're ready to get this going. So 3 March, 6:00, location to be determined. I'll put this on our website once we get the location, and we will also be on Happening in Homer, talking about this on Thursday with Ashley Reelman from the IDA BDC, who is gonna be the lead agency for this. So I'm ready, get those projects in.
How are we getting the word out?
How are we getting the word out? Well, one, we're having this conversation now.
Okay.
2, we're gonna be on the radio
Right
station
there.
with Happening in Homer. We're gonna be talking to Jack.
Two in the row.
We've got Sydney right here from the Cortland Standard. We'll be putting it on our webpage. You want to hand out flyers?
I can do that. Our social media.
We are-
We are working on that. Yes. We're working on that.
See, that payback's a son of a.
Yes.
All right, so, DRI Small Project Fund, and we also have a lot of people that were around for the DRI portion itself, so they are waiting to hear this. So, again, we'll have more information on this on the 3rd of March, 6 o'clock PM, and more information coming out and, happening in Homer.
Okay,
So, all right,
great.
yes. All right. We've got who from the board, well, Tim, you're familiar with the LoSAP because you're also a firefighter. Liz and Mike, are you guys up to speed on the LoSAP?
Read it last night.
Okay, so we thought we had everything signed last year and
Yeah, I feel like we'd approve.
yes, yes, so, but there's in overabundance of caution, we are going to re-sign these to make sure that we are correct. Unfortunately, and Tim, we already talked, so. Let's see, where is the? So in disclosure, my son is part of the fire service as well, so Liz, Elizabeth, I'm gonna need you to sign off for him, yep. Just
Just initialing here.
initially, yeah. So that way I'm not doing it. Sponsor, that's we definitely want to go for it. I just got it.
So,
And do you have a pen? How about your pen?
Texas Hall Fire.
What's that? Was that a fire, Homer fire figures?
send it over that way.
No, that's who's this song.
No, Tim's
No,
not,
yes.
but we
Makes
can,
sense.
we can hand those right down to Dan, because he's got a file and.
Okay. We should have that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim's protection, we should go on the record abstaining, because that was.
Yeah.
We should go on the record abstaining.
All right. Tim, if you would go ahead and go on the record saying you're abstaining because you are.
Be a member of the firefighter.
You are doing two, one pink, one blue, and then one trust, one plan,
Right,
four forms all together.
yeah.
I had multiple.
Well, it's at least one of us came to class for there.
Hey, Dan, are
Yeah.
you're gonna send those in? Cause I have two other things that I was waiting to hand in the whole packet. If you want me to do it, or I can give it to you to hand in.
What do you think you're gonna be, have finished documents?
I'm all ready to go. This was the last part of it.
Well, yeah, bring whatever in and I can put them in.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
What is LoSAP? What's the acronym actually mean? I can't remember.
Length of service, is it a word program or?
What's the word for it?
Yes, length of service award program.
Yeah, cool, thank you.
Okay, we're all set to move on to the next item. All right, so our staff has been going through reorganizing, cleaning. And so I would like to declare 3 boxes of office supplies as surplus.
Make a motion that we declare these 3 boxes of office supplies as surplus.
Can I have a second?
We're all second.
Discussion is they are like 8x14 file hangers, miscellaneous folders of various colors.
Don't forget.
Yeah, we don't use them, and so all in favor, say aye.
I,
Any opposed? None heard, carried.
is there a fourth form? I just want to make sure it doesn't get lost.
What's that?
Was there a fourth form? Or just 3, a blue,
Four.
a pink and white,
Pink, blue, 2 white.
2 white? I'm missing. I just want to make sure we
Yeah.
didn't get too far ahead of ourselves.
Use the 4.
Oh, that,
Oh, so.
Oh, that's just, for,
Isn't that one?
the pink one.
we got the plan document, check. It's. The trust document is the other
Ah.
white.
Yeah, we did not sign this one.
Sorry.
No, no.
Started.
Yeah, I thought we had signed that one, so obviously not.
Is it attached to the other ones?
I didn't see it. Oh, it could be behind, there's a whole stack.
Nope, okay.
Mhm.
Looks very similar to the other.
We should at some point, formalize the appeals process in case there's. Because there's nothing in here about the
Oh,
appeals process.
There is an appeals process.
Oh.
Jay, do you want to talk about that?
Oh, he dropped.
Appeal process
No, you're there.
goes from.
So, the appeals about the points that everybody's awarded.
Yeah.
So once everything's compiled, I have, to post it for 30 days. At the fire station, anybody that wants to appeal it has 30 days to fight that. So we didn't have anybody come up. Then you had the list right there that of all the points awarded for the year. We also, to vet things out, we have an auditor that comes or is going to be coming to make sure that we didn't screw anything up. And honestly, it's going to help us out because if we catch it within a year, then there's been places down like Long Island that have had to go back years and had to pay back money. So it's actually a good thing. And I budgeted for that, that auditor within the LoSAP portion of it. So it's all transparent to make sure that we're doing it right. Because I mean, we're all human. I could screw something up. I'm trying to be the one that's in charge of this. And it's nice to have somebody that does it for a living look at it, the audit portion of it. So.
Okay.
So the short answer, Mike, is it's posted for 30 days. That's their appeal time, is that 30 days while it's posted.
In throughout the year, Jay, every 3 months, Jay, you will update, he'll put the thing down.
I'm not, I don't have to. There's not, the only thing that is, if it gets back to the trustees or the board, is that I have to post it for 30 days at the end. I don't have to post it for the membership, but I do just because I like to have people come around and it's actually paid dividends already. So it's good stuff.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to think through like anything that could go wrong, like at the end of the year, somebody having 48 points and they would have gotten over the 50 points if they didn't have a sick family member or something. So,
we try to be proactive and send things out because we want our members to come around.
Yeah.
We want to be beneficial. We budget for this anyway. And then the one thing is that like we had a couple members get out this year that weren't vested, that we put money in towards, and that money stays in that bank. So it's less that we have to pay for other members because it's already in the bank. So it's all good stuff. And it's just trying to juggle some numbers, but we're getting the hang of it. It's second year and I appreciate your guys' help with it.
Thanks for taking care of that. Thank you.
No problem.
Update.
Next up is the Glenwood Cemetery fees and cemetery commissioner meeting. We had the meeting this morning. Handed out is the updated fees that came about. So this will replace the fee list that was in the packet, which is right here. How this came about was looking at about 4 other, well, more than that, cemeteries to compare Glenwood Cemetery, McGraw Cemetery, Atwater Cemetery, Elmwood Cemetery, St. Mary's Cemetery, and Virgil Cemetery, as well as Cortland Rule. So our cemetery commission looked at all these going around and to make sure that we are on par. All right, so as we know, we're all going through tough budget times. We haven't updated our rates since 2023. So it was time. They reviewed everything. You guys can see the updated rates here. This puts us still on par. I still think I still think we're the best cemetery around,
Yeah.
but I'm biased. One of the things we did add in though was 2 things. One, before we didn't have a cost for disinterments. Now there isn't a high demand for that, but without having it on here, that makes it sketchy. So our guys said we need to put this on there. We did. So that's why that's in the change. Okay. Questions? Once we approve this, we will update the list and it will be sent out to all the local funeral homes and will take effect 1 March or as soon thereafter as we get the list out. Considering the cemetery doesn't open until 1 April. Yeah. Any questions on the updated costs? Cemetery fees.
Thank you for doing the work of comparing us to other local options to make sure.
I can't take credit for that. That was our cemetery commission. They do great work.
Yeah.
Talked about a lot of different things. I'll get the minutes out. But
Great.
Rusty is the chair. One of these committees. I am not a voting member. I'm not an ad hoc. What's it called when you're?
Ex officio.
Yes. So I just like to know what's going on. We talked about 5 and 10-year plans for the cemetery as well. And
Sorry, that's the.
gonna get you guys.
Exactly.
We got you guys for a tour in April.
There we go.
Make a motion, so the changes.
All right. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard. All right, so. For February, DOT came down and had a great discussion with, and we had all of our department heads, because really this touches upon everything from Glenwood Cemetery to the fire department, to the police department, water and sewer. It pretty much covers everything. And as people have heard for a while, there's been rumblings or rumors of roundabouts being put in at the intersections of 90 and 281 and 41 and 281, or left-hand turn lanes, or both, or a mixture. So here before you are roundabouts on my right, left-hand turn lanes on my left, and the locations right here. There's nothing has been set yet at this time. These are all, as you can see, and I want to emphasize draft. Draft.
There are big words across.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. For
I
anyone who
just-
can't see it, big word.
When I asked them to keep these, that you could tell that they were a little leery because, emphasizing draft. August of this year, they're gonna come back and do a public hearing. Public meeting. August 2026. Design approval on or around January 2027. Letting the project out February 2028. With construction starting on May 2028. Now, we all know the state, we all know construction schedule, so that's very fluid. It won't start before then. All right, it may push a little bit more. So more to follow, but I like to get some of this information out so people can take a look. And again, on August of 2026, date to be determined, time, we'll get that out to everybody. But in the meantime, we will have these up in the village office if people want to stop by and take a look at it.
So what was it, they want to do a roundabout, I wanted a left-hand turn on the other.
That's a possibility too. All right.
Just touching all bases here.
Oh, yeah, that was discussed.
Looking out for home, owner of the business on 241 and 281.
So some of
Because
the
it'll hurt her business, the roundabout goes in.
some of the general comments is the areas experience increased truck traffic because the I-81 construction and truckers avoiding inspection stations. Old water lines, water and sewer is discussing some of the old water lines going underneath Glenwood Cemetery and across. More bike track, we've talked about most bike traffic uses Route 11 within the village, not so much 281. Concerns about pedestrian crossings used by the students from the school. Truck traffic, timing. Speed concerns. Vehicles. Reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour approaching intersections from the west, so either coming down the hill or coming down 41 up and over.
Yes.
We talked about funeral escorts and the Memorial Day parade on Glenwood, because usually we cut off and cut right across. So that was some of the highlights, and I'll have this out here too. So good discussion, more to follow. Like I said, this is strictly draft, but you guys can take a look. All right. Any questions about this that perhaps I can answer?
Yeah, but I see a great spot with the statue of Lincoln.
Another one over there too.
I'll put you in touch with Mark.
I was gonna say, maybe you and Mark.
Okay. All right. Next up, so that was just informational. Discuss the Packaging Reduction and Recycling Infrastructure Act resolution that was passed by the county and some other ones. Normally, I would not be so much for some of these, but because of the impact that this has had on the landfill, the impact it has on our tipping fees, the impact it has for our increased costs for waste removal, I think this is something significant for us to sign off on. So I would like you guys to review this, and I will draft something up if I can get a drew a blank there. Conditional approval, and then I'll have something for the 24 Feb meeting, and we will go from there.
I would ask that you continue to work on it so we can review it for conditional, or review it for approval in the next meeting.
Okay. All in favor of continuing to move forward on this, say aye.
Aye.
All right, do I need a motion? Motion? No? All right, we're good. So this will be on the next meeting. All right. Mini pumper lease. So the interest rate came in a little higher than we were expecting. Came in at 5.35 as opposed to 4.79. I'd still like to move forward on it. We have the money set and we need the truck. And I don't think that the difference in the percent for interest is enough to break the deal.
We know what it amounts to in terms of dollars.
In terms of dollars, I don't have that information for you.
Do we know why? I thought the quote was already approved before, so I'm curious of how why the percentage changed.
They had some more financial information come in, they got it changed.
Okay,
I move that we move forward.
Okay,
yeah.
motion to move forward, by Mike, can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, say, well, discussion, any further discussion?
Still need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still need it, I'm just surprised.
Right.
Because I thought the whole point was that we discussed it, so it was done.
Yeah,
So we
Yeah.
could budget for it, et cetera. So just noting that. That,
all right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard, carried. With that going. All right, so. As you may recall, we did a short study. Of digital signage,
Yes.
and we took the sign down because the test period was over. DPW would like to use that. For their inside the DPW building. Because what Phil does is he likes to put out what everybody's doing, the schedule, what areas and what to be done. And he would like to utilize it for that.
Yeah.
okay,
All right, does anybody have any concerns or issues about that?
what is it being used for currently?
Nothing.
That was what I
Okay,
thought, but I
okay.
figured I'd
Yeah.
ask.
Take a space up in the rec building.
There we go, yeah, but then, see no
Well,
problem.
put it to use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's what we said we would put it to use one way or the other, so, all right, we don't need a motion for that, we're just gonna do it. All right, I wanna move forward to the resolutions now because Ty has been waiting so patiently here. So Dan. Would you please read the first resolution?
Authorizing the advertisement for bids for the Village of Homer Newton Waterworks Water Storage Tank Project. Whereas the Village of Homer is the owner of Village of Homer Water Storage Tank Project. Whereas the total maximum estimated cost is approximately $3,519,000 with a maximum estimated cost of $4,048,000 according to the bond resolution passed July 27th, 2023. And whereas the Village of Homer has received a total of approximately $2,225,300 in Water Infrastructure Improvement Act grant funding for the project, equating to a 63% grant funded project. And whereas the Village of Homer secured a New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation market rate loan for the remainder of the project costs, and whereas Barton Lagunas DPC has been retained by the village to prepare contract documents for the proposed project and to assist the village with bidding the project in accordance with general municipal law. And whereas the village board acknowledges the plan and specifications have been submitted to the New York State Department of Health, Cortland County Health Department, and the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation for review and approval. And whereas the village board anticipates imminent final approval of the plans and specifications by the New York State Department of Health, Cortland County Health Department, and New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation. And whereas the village board wishes to complete the bidding process as expeditiously as possible and without unnecessary delay. And now therefore be it resolved, that the village board of the Village of Homer does hereby authorize the advertisement for bids for the Village of Homer Water Storage Tank Project following receipt of final approval of project plans and specifications by the State Department of Health, Cortland County Health Department, and New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation. And be it further resolved, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Can I have a motion to accept the resolution?
I make a motion to accept the resolution that Dan just read us.
Second,
Second.
any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard, motion carried. And before, I'm gonna give Dan a break. Before we get into the second, right, I would like Ty briefly to talk to us about the public educational and government access management.
I thought you wanted me to read the resolution.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean still, do you want?
He's like,
No.
I'll keep this as short as possible.
We have
We
to move
received
on.
a grant to build out a recording studio at the Center for the Arts. We're currently in the architectural and engineering portion of that project, which will be housed in the two upstairs classrooms behind the theater. when we first walked into the project, we thought, well, this will be great. We can offer community prices for local bands to record albums or for the local mayor to host a podcast. Imagine all the things you could do with audio. And as we dug into the project, quite literally, we started kind of widening our thoughts of how this could better serve the community. And we thought, geez, we could also do visual, right? So video. I began with my production team to look into the laws regarding public access. I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but if there is a cable company operating within your jurisdiction, then they must designate a station to public and neutral programming. And so we would like to add this into our program that kind of goes with the studio, but also our apprenticeship program that raises up sound, light, and video young people into the industry. We call it the Creative Arts Apprenticeship. And so what this resolution does is designates the Center for the Arts, which is a not-for-profit, as the operator of the public access channel and program. Otherwise, it's operated by Spectrum itself. And so, for example, if you wanted to get the village meeting onto the Spectrum channel, the designated Spectrum public access channel, you would have to give it to them, and then they would decide the scheduling. This kind of puts that control into the center's hands. But of course, we have greater visions for it. It is meant for government and nonprofit organizations. And so our vision is that we could also help broadcast the village board meetings, the school board meetings, the games over at the high school. We could open it up to the library for programming, or the local fire department, they're a nonprofit, to create programming. I kind of whispered into Chief Pittman's ear that he could do kind of safety, announcements or programming. And then there are rules and regulations we must follow. We cannot advertise on the station. We can't take money for it, etc. But it would be a really great educational opportunity, I think. But what it will also do is make Homer, New York, the only village, I think, in New York State that has a radio station, a newspaper, and a TV station.
There you go, right there.
And so we have grand visions for the creative programming with local nonprofits, local organizations that might want to spread the message about fire safety, traffic safety, village board meetings, etc. I don't know how familiar you all are with public access, but it would give Homer its kind of own public access, and maybe Cortland too, but we want to base it here. In order to do that, I need a resolution from the village board designating our nonprofit as the operator and manager of that. Then I would kindly ask that Dan send a letter to Spectrum stating that we are the operator, and then from there we would take it from Spectrum and get the process by which we have to follow to do that. I project that if the resolution is passed tonight and a letter goes out later this week, late spring as a potential kickoff for the station, where we would just be, again, taking what we have now, village board meetings, school board meetings, and getting them on the air. We'll also have a complimentary website that goes with it too, for those people that may not have Spectrum or television access. They can also watch it online. We would designate a separate website for that from the Center for the Arts, so it's really clearly marked as Homer Public Access. And then open any questions or comments that you might have.
Any questions?
I love the idea. I think it's really cool. Is there any concerns from Spectrum side? Like, do they know? Do they care?
They really have no say.
Okay.
They are the gatekeeper currently because there's no designated operator.
Mhm.
Once the village designates the operator, we alert Spectrum, and then they just kind of have to follow the law
Okay.
to hand over the control of programming and scheduling, etc.
Got it. Thank you.
And they have like a portal that they would give to us that we
Get your
send
channel
things to,
access.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Dan, if you would read the resolution, please.
Designation of Center for the Arts as a public, educational, and government access management organization. Whereas the Village of Homer is the local franchising authority for cable television services within the village and is currently engaged in the renewal of its cable franchise agreement with Spectrum Northeast LLC. And whereas the public, educational, and government PEG access channels are authorized and supported under federal and New York State cable television law and are intended to provide community access to local information, government proceedings, educational content, and nonprofit programming. And whereas PEG access currently exists for the Village of Homer with programming submissions administered directly by the cable operator. And whereas the village board recognizes the value of establishing a locally governed community-based PEG access system that provides transparent policies, fair access to trading opportunities, and consistent local programming. And whereas the Center for the Arts of Homer is a New York not-for-profit organization with demonstrated capacity in media production, community programming, facilities management, public engagement, and nonprofit governance. And whereas the village board finds that designating a qualified local nonprofit organization to manage PEG access will enhance service to residents, nonprofits, and village government while maintaining viewport neutral public access standards. Now, therefore, be it resolved, 1. Designation. The Homer hereby designates the Center for the Arts of Homer as the village's public, educational, and government access management organization. And 2. Scope of authority. The designated PEG access management organization shall be responsible for coordinating PEG programming submissions, managing PEG scheduling and playback in coordination with the cable operator, establishing and enforcing viewport neutral public access policies, providing training and access opportunities for residents and community organizations, supporting the recording and distribution of village government meetings and public information programming. 3. Coordination with the cable operator. The village authorizes and directs the village clerk or other designated officials to notify Spectrum Northeast LLC of this designation and to require coordination with the Center for the Arts of Homer regarding PEG access operations. 4. No financial obligation. This designation does not by itself create a functional obligation or financial obligation for the Village of Homer. Any future funding, capital support, or operational agreements shall be subject to separate village board approval. 5. Effective date. The resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption.
I have a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard? Motion carries.
You know,
Thank you.
maybe Dan can be your co-host for your podcast.
You got a voice for it.
Exactly.
All right, going back, all right, discuss the end of the fiscal year 25-26. We're cutting it tight. All right, we have, Dan, you have something? No, okay, he's just agreeing that we're. So we knew this was coming. We have 2 more influxes that were of revenue. One would be the fourth quarter sales tax under the old agreement. And then I was just discussing the cannabis sales tax, which we are supposed to get a portion of, and that should be coming up as well. After that, we will be starting under the new sales tax agreement, and we will starting our new budget 1 March. So my guidance is that once we get going into the new budget year, I want to make sure we close out our old one and see exactly where everything was so we can trend it. We have an audit coming up not only for the LoSAP, but we will be doing a village audit as well because we are due for that. And all right, but bottom line, the departments have been told to keep being stingy. And we need to make sure we watch that on the vouchers as well. Any questions about our 25-26 before we move into 26-27? All right. With that, let's see. Comments by the attorney.
Nothing.
All right. Comments by the board member. We'll start with Mike.
I think I'd like to give my gratitude to the neighbors on my tiny little street. The residents are what make the village special, and watching my neighbors take care of each other through the harsh winter weather, whether it's, snow plowing somebody else's driveway, helping shovel snow off the sidewalk, just checking in with each other. It's really very heartening, just being in the village of Homer's. The people are wonderful.
Liz?
I don't know how to follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything for tonight. Okay.
Tim?
Don't get used to this.
Elizabeth?
I'm letting Mike speak for me tonight. Thank you.
A couple things just received this from the County Board of Elections. You have until Saturday, February 14th is the deadline to change your party enrollment before the 2026 primary election on June 23rd. So if you're thinking of changing your party, gotta get it done by Saturday. All right, congratulations to the fire department for their getting their volunteer fire capacity grant in the amount of $3,500. So a shout out to you guys for that. All right,
There was also there's also a nice article in the paper, right? About
Yes.
volunteers and fire departments. here.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
just an aside that I just remembered.
Reed, our District 10 legislator, wasn't able to be here tonight, but he sent a note. The new mental health building at 111 Port Watson Street. They're gonna move over there February 18th and 19th and will be open for business February 23rd. He is also having an online community survey to Legislative District 10. At www.legislatorread.com. Cortland County Poet Laureate is officially concludes this Friday, February the 13th. I think the Standard had an article on that. Day two, we're also looking at a resolution. He introduced a resolution for consideration of the New York State Package Reduction and Recycling Infrastructure Act, so. There's that, and he is currently working on an initiative for America 250. Which he hopes to bring up to the February 2026 General Legislative session. All right. So there's that. All right, for us. It's winter. But this is where we do our planning now. All right. Congratulations, we're through the budget. Giddy up, all right, so 13 to 15 May is NICOM. And if anybody has not been to it, we have it in the budget. I encourage you to go. It is good information, especially for our new trustees. Projects, okay, Reed mentioned it about the America
Where
250.
is it?
It's in
Fulton's Landing, so just north of Lake George.
yeah.
And I don't know. so-
Sunday?
It's 13th, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. We can chat more about the details.
Yeah.
Make sure you
They said 3:15, that's what I would.
Oh, 13th,
May
15th, May 13th.
Oh,
through
have.
15th.
May, yes. Warmer.
Yes, yeah.
I'm in.
So this year being the 250th anniversary, some of the suggestions have been that we create an America 250 time capsule. To be opened at the nation's 300th anniversary. Another thing is that I liked is they plant a Liberty tree or create a Liberty garden, but I like the Liberty tree. Because I'm looking at tree commission and we can maybe perhaps do that with Arbor Day, and that will help for our Tree City USA. So we can tie three things together on that,
Nice.
yes.
Connected.
Wednesday, tomorrow night is a joint meeting. Somebody had mentioned it to me. I think maybe it was you, Liz. What that is for is, well, we had talked about the Wolf Road annexation ad
I
nauseum.
think he brought it up. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, and so they have to have another joint meeting to make sure that we are good with it. Now, if you're there, great. If not, we've already approved it here, it's right here, 6:30. Okay.
Will not be able to make that one. I already approved it last time.
He
so
approved it last time, I mean,
You got it.
we don't have anything against this, so it's just,
Pro
Pro forma.
forma will be here.
that's fine. Right? But I would be remiss, because I've been remiss in notifications on some other things, so
Exactly.
I don't want that thrown at me again, so, all right. All right, questions, I think that's been enough, really.
Yeah.
Question, but this by far is not our longest meeting. Questions from the press?
I have two, do you think?
Okay.
Will the open house for the DRI Small Project Fund, will the location of that be known by your next village meeting?
Oh, well, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And also I was wondering what financial information came in that made the interest amount different for the mini pump release.
I would have to talk with Mary Ellen about that to get that information for you. Okay,
Okay,
Jack?
With your meeting with the DOT on the fourth, did the DOT suggest any, I know it's draft, but did they give their recommendation of what you should recommend to them?
What, well,
Like if, I know
so,
they're giving you like
Preferences.
roundabout or turn lanes, but are they like strongly suggesting one of the other?
there was one of the gentlemen there was very, very much for the roundabouts. Okay, matter of fact, they talked about another community that did a 1-in-1, and we talked about that. It's like, well, what if we did a left turn lane at the Glenwood Cemetery 90 and we did the roundabout up by the 281-41. And he's like, another community did that. And then a couple years later, they really wished that they had done roundabouts at both locations. So that is about as far as that, if you can see where the mop's gonna flop on that one.
And obviously they're gonna be doing the 2 intersection improvements. Are they gonna do anything on 281 between that? With possible like add-on projects they usually do with these major projects?
Not that I heard.
On here,
Oh,
there
I
is
take that,
pictures.
no, I take that back.
Yeah.
Yes, they wanna do some crosswalk improvements. And you can see it, thank you, you can see it on some of here where
Flashing lights,
flashing lights and improved crosswalks.
like the bump outs.
I don't know about bump outs, but they have the flashing lights,
Yeah.
and you can come up and take a look at it.
Well, this is,
Maybe around James Street or a little.
No, it's
next
further
one
down.
over. Yeah.
And then I got one more. Did they give you an estimate of how much this might cost though?
No, I'll be honest, Jack, my concern was that it didn't cost the village anything. So,
They just did some crosswalks, net Bedford. Make the sidewalks and. Put the handicap ramps in there.
Okay.
That's
All right.
all we paid. Just paid that.
unfortunately, we do have to go into executive session per New York State Public Officers Law. Article 7, Section 105, subparagraph 1H, in regards to negotiations. 1F on medical, financial credit, or employment history of a particular person. And 1D, discussions regarding proposed pending or current litigation.
Make a motion at 7:13 that we go into executive session. Second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None heard, motion carried.